Welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's true, I've decided to sell all of my cars. Let me explain. So then in this video I want to give you a bit of an update on what is happening with all of the cars and why I have decided to sell them, and I'll kind of go over what I've done to everything and how much each car owes me. So I guess we'll start from right to left and we'll work our way to the back. So for starters, this is a 2003 BMW 760 Li with the V12 6-litre naturally aspirated engine. I've done everything I want to do to this car. If you know these cars, you'll know that this is not a pre-facelift body kit. This is a 2003, so it should be a pre-facelift, a pre-LCI, but I've done a complete LCI swap on this. The LCI front end and the LCI rear end looks much better compared to the pre-LCI. This car has all new brakes all round, all new brake hoses, freshly powder coated 20-inch wheels in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tyres. The tyres alone for this car cost £1,000, but when you have a V12 6-litre natural aspirated engine supplying over 440 horsepower, of course you want some decent tyres. With regards to the engine then, I've pretty much done all of the preventative maintenance work that these engines require, bar the high pressure fuel pumps. I'm pretty sure they have already been done because I've never had any issues with either of the high pressure fuel pumps. They've probably been replaced by a previous owner at some point. So what have I done then? So I've done all 12 spark plugs, all 12 ignition coils. I've completely deleted the secondary air system. So you can see that's why we have a blanking plate on there, and then we have a blanking plate on each of the cylinder heads. So that has all gone out of the way. We've completely overhauled the crankcase breather system, new valves, new hoses, all genuine BMW of course. That's one thing with this engine, for the most part you can only go genuine BMW. There aren't any aftermarket parts that's suitable. We have overhauled the dynamic drive system, so it has a 2008 dynamic drive system essentially, so anti-roll bars, valve block. I've put a brand new power steering fluid reservoir in here, of course with fresh fluid. It's had a full transmission service, so we've done the bridge seal and the sleeves and swapped out 7 litres of fluid. There was a previous transmission service that was done on this, which was done in 2018, so I'm fairly confident it has none of its original fluid in this. Inside I've done a few subtle changes, so we have a sports steering wheel now. I think that looks much better. We've updated the complete iDrive system to a 2008, which is pretty much the latest and greatest iDrive system when it comes to this generation of BMW 7 Series. I've done a LCI swap when it comes to the dash as well. Looks much better, and we won't look too much in the back. It's a bit of a parts storage car at the moment. There's probably loads that I've done to this car which I'm missing, but all the details will be down in the description box below, so feel free to check that out if you are interested in this car. How much I'm going to have this car up for sale? No idea. It probably owes me between £10,000 and £12,000. Bear in mind that's mostly parts, you know. Of course I haven't included my labour as well. If you was to do everything that I've done to this car with labour included from an independent garage, you're probably talking £20,000 to £25,000. Right then, let's move on to my beloved BMW 130i, which I am actually giving away to one of you lucky people. Yes, I am choosing to raffle this car off. There's only going to be a limited number of tickets. Again, link will be down in the description box below, also the pinned comment as well if you want to get involved, if you want the chance to win this car. So what have I done to this car then? Again, pretty much done all the preventative maintenance work to the engine. Let's have a look at that now. So what do we have going on in here then? So this is the N52 3-litre straight 6 naturally aspirated engine, one of my all-time favourite engines in a non-M car. So what have we done then? So we've done valve cover gasket, all filter housing gaskets, We've done both of the DISA valves, we've done the Vanos solenoid, we've done the eccentric shaft sensor, we've done the water pump, thermostat, we've done the Mickey Mouse coolant flange, we've done a brand new starter motor, it's running a K&N air filter. Again, we have overhauled the brakes, so the calipers, they've all been completely stripped, refurbished and powder coated in yellow. I know they're looking a bit dirty at the moment, but I can assure you they come up like brand new. Same with these wheels as well. I'm a massive fan of these wheels. Obviously brand new disc pads, sensors and parking brake shoes as well on the rear, and the wheels are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4s. I would have got 4S's, but they weren't available in 18-inch wheels when I got these. Let's have a look inside then. Very standard in here, bar a brand new refurbished steering wheel, which I can assure you it is. Obviously I can't show you this steering lock is on, but yeah, very standard in here. Very high spec for a BMW 1 Series. So heated seats, parking sensors all round. It has auto lights, auto wipers. We've also retrofitted cruise control as well. This is a sunroof model, of course. We even have the optional garage door buttons as well on the rear view mirror. Power fold mirrors, aux, and just about everything you would want from a BMW 1 Series. Oh, forgot to say as well, but it has a brand new battery as well. Only fitted that just a couple of months ago. And like I said, probably I'm missing some things off the top of my head, but all details for this car, the spec, everything that I've done to it in regards to maintenance, all will be down in that description box below. And yeah, one of you should be winning this car very, very soon. Now then, let's move on to Project KFC. Now, I'm not going to lie, this car isn't strictly for sale. This is my daily driver, of course, but if the right offer comes in, then I will be selling it. I've done quite a lot to this car just to make it roadworthy and to make it so that it is a reliable daily driver. Put a new clutch and flywheel kit in there. I've fixed all the oil leaks, changed some suspension components. We've fitted cruise control, gave it a good tidy up. We fitted different wheels, M Sport wheels, MV3s I think these are. And then we have some Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tyres on the rear as well. But this is a very recent car on the channel, so you probably know everything that I've done to this car. Like I said, it's not strictly for sale. I'm not, you know, in a major rush to get rid of it, but if the right offer does come in, then I will be happy to move it on and move into something else. Now then, my latest purchase, the 2013 F31 318D, which I bought for the Trading Up series. So for those that don't know, I'm basically trading my way up to my dream supercar. And I have some news. I already have a buyer for this. It's actually going to a family member. They was looking for a new car, and as this is going to, you know, it's basically going to have any engine work that is required. So it's going to be like a brand new engine, and it's, you know, I'm basically going to be sorting any of the problems at the same time as well. It's going to be a reliable daily driver for them, so it just makes sense for them to have this car. So I guess I don't really need to talk anything more about this one. I will have some more news though soon, what is happening with this engine, if I'm deciding to rebuild it, get a refurbished engine, or just get another used engine. That video should be coming on the channel pretty soon. Now let's move on to my classic then, the 1979 BMW E12 520. As you can see, it's in a bit of a state. This is pretty much how I bought it, although the bonnet was attached last time that I checked. Still need to get the bonnet back on so I can get this thing ready for its first drive. Went to bleed the brakes on this thing and then it popped a brake line, so I have decided I'm going to be swapping out all of the brake lines. It makes sense. This car's been sat in a barn for what, 30 years or so, and yeah, it's one of those things that you have to expect to do. Of course, all the original brake lines are going to be rusted through, and you don't want to be going on the road with no brakes, do you? So does that mean this car is up for sale then, I hear you ask? Well, I'm not in a major rush to sell this car. Just show you the inside. Very, very clean inside, despite the rusty nature of the exterior. Interior of this is very, very clean. It's only covered like 79,000 miles. Yeah, sneak peek of what is to come. Just a few little engine components that I've cleaned up. Yeah, massive box of goodies there. So far then, this car owes me between £2,000 and £3,000. I'm kind of at that stage now where I could sell it if I wanted to, because it is running, it is driving. So somebody could take it on and they could do what they want with it. They could just drive it as it is, I suppose, or they could, you know, turn it into a pristine car again. I haven't, you know, crossed that off myself. I may be fully restoring this car. I'm still undecided, but again, if the right offer comes in for this, then I will be selling it. Just show you around this a little bit more then, because it really is a thing of beauty. I do love this car. It's my first classic car that I've owned, and yes, you could say that, you know, wouldn't have I been better off buying one that was a little bit less rusty? Yes, potentially, but what's the fun in that? Well, for those that's wondering why is it a 520 and not a 520i, that is because this came with one of the last M20 carbureted engines. So yeah, under here you will see a 4-barrel Solex 4A1 carburetor on the intake manifold of a M20 engine, because yes, this is a 6-cylinder. It's not the M10 4-cylinder 520. This is a 6-cylinder version, which in my opinion, that's better, right? So then, why am I suddenly deciding to sell all of my cars? Well, for those that know, for those that care, I'm planning on having a dream car garage at the bottom of my garden right there. I've documented it now on my channel, and yeah, I will have a complete video, a massive update video on the channel soon, again, for those that care. Yeah, it kind of dawned on me the other day that when it comes to doing all the groundworks, you know, digging out the foundations for the garage, digging out the driveway, because the driveway is going to be going right the way to the front of the house, that I'm going to have to put the cars somewhere, and I don't want to be taking up the street. So yeah, having 5 cars here is just not going to be realistic. I think I need to get it down to like 1, 2, maybe 3 cars at the absolute most. So I need to get rid of at least 2 of them, and then at least it'll be a little bit more manageable. But yeah, that's basically the reason. I don't want to get rid of any of these cars if I didn't have to. Now, I didn't want to get rid of any of these cars if I didn't have to, but needs must. If we want to take things to the next level, if we want to take this channel to the next level, then ideally we need that big space at the bottom there to move forward. So anything that I get from these cars is of course going to be put back into the channel to create bigger and better content, and like I said, to take the channel to the next level. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm not going to waste any more of your time. If you want to know any details about any of the cars that I've shown in this video, all details will be down in the description box below. Again, if you want to get involved in winning the BMW 130i, all details for that will be down in the description box below. Good luck to you all on that front as well. Winner will likely be announced next month. And yeah, I want to thank you all for watching. Remember to give this video a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you have not already done so. I will see you all in that next one.